Are you sure you want my answer when you ask me how I am? Are you sure you want my answer when you ask me if I'm fine? If I had a really bad day, would you like me if I say that I'm not fine? Would you ask a second question if I say I'm not okay? Would you sit down here and listen if I needed you to stay? If I had a really bad year, would you like me if you hear that I'm not fine? Would you stay and take these tears? Walk with me through my fears. I would gladly share your griefs if you need. Would you be my angel here if I needed someone near? Needed you to hear that I'm not fine. I don't think you want my answer on a day when things are bad. So I fake a smile and laughter so you won't think that I'm sad. Though I had a really bad day and I just need someone to say that is fine. Would you stay and take these tears? Walk with me through my fears. I would gladly share your griefs if you need. Would you be my angel here if I needed someone near? Needed you to hear that I'm not fine. It's so easy to conceal the way I feel, but then darkness may possess you. It won't let you heal until you know your yes is yes and know your no is a no. It's no excuse nor waywardness. Would you stay and take these tears? Walk with me through my fears. I would gladly share your griefs if you need. Would you be my angel here if I needed someone near? Needed you to hear. Would you stay and take these tears? Walk with me through my fears. I would gladly share your griefs if you need. Would you be my angel here if I needed someone near? Needed you to hear that I'm not fine. I just needed you to hear I was not fine. Thank you.
Takk. Da skal vi okay, I'm speaking Norwegian again. I can't say a lot now. This is the last part of this evening, or this day, that is now an evening, and this is Bjørg Njaa, who started this foundation and made it possible. She was a very dear colleague for us that we have worked with, and The reason for this Human Rights Award, I'll just see if I can get myself again. Ketil Njaa Solberg died on February 1st in 1999, aged just 25. Based on the experience leading up to Ketil's death, Ketil's mother, Bjørg Njaa, devoted the rest of her life to fighting for human rights and dignity and against violations, abuse, and coercion in the mental health care. The Memorial Fund was established at the request of Bjørg Njaa. It was Bjørg's wish that we should continue the work. That was one part for her, the reason for starting the foundation. She felt that she left with a lot of work undone. The other reason was to keep the memory of Ketil alive. This is a picture of Ketil that is painted by actually one of his occupational therapists. And this is a painting that Ketil still has painted, did paint himself. I'll just leave there.
Thank you. I apologize for not introducing myself in the morning stress. So I'm Hege Orefellen, and I'm the chair of the Human Rights Foundation, RIDO. I just want to say thank you, Stephen, before I start, for that frustration, because I think that resonated with so many of us in this room. I felt exact same, and I just wanted to say thank you for addressing that. So to the award is given to a person or an organization who have distinguished themselves through their work against infringements, abuse, and coercion against persons with psychosocial disabilities and or work to strengthen the human rights of this group. The award is 20,000 Norwegian kroner and is handed out from the Ketil Njaa Solberg's Memorial Fund, established and managed by the Human Rights Foundation, RIDO. About this year's award winner, mental health systems across the globe have a long history of grave human rights violations, deprivations of liberty in psychiatric institutions, forced injections of mind-altering drugs, electroshocks, isolation, and restraints have left victims devastated and traumatized. The UN Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities, the CRPD, brought light into the darkness for survivors of forced psychiatry. The Convention prohibits psychiatric coercion and sets forth the right of all persons with disabilities to make their own decisions and to control their own lives on an equal basis with others. The award winner played a central role in the drafting and negotiation of the CRPD, serving on the working group and on the steering committee of the International Disability Caucus, and in the process leading a team of users and survivors of psychiatry from all parts of the world from 2002 until the adoption of the Convention in 2006. At a crucial moment in history, she was there to shape the content of the Convention, introducing key provisions to support full legal capacity and the abolition of forced psychiatry. Since the adoption of the CRPD, she has continued to influence the interpretation and application of the Convention through numerous meetings and consultations in the UN and through essential written contributions. Recently, she contributed to the development of the guidelines on deinstitutionalization, a monumental step in recognizing the right to redress for harm done through psychiatric institutionalization and coercion. From 2002 to 2015, the award winner represented the World Network of Users and Survivors of Psychiatry. Her work has always been rooted in a survivor of psychiatry perspective. She has carried the voice of the victims and has had a unique ability to describe the indescribable, to give voice to our common experiences of pain, suffering, fear, trauma, and many forms of harm caused by psychiatric abuse and oppression. She has done valuable analysis of forced psychiatric interventions within the torture framework. The award winner has said, "The power we have as survivors is to name the violation, to name the human rights violation. We name it as torture." Later, UN Special Rapporteurs on Torture have acknowledged that 4 psychiatric interventions meet international definition of torture standards and have called for an absolute ban on these practices. Such important recognitions do not happen in a vacuum. They are the result of tireless advocacy and awareness raising, to which the award winner has made major contributions. As a human rights lawyer, she has done extensive writing and advocacy on topics such as non-discrimination, legal capacity, freedom from torture, criminal responsibility, restorative justice, reparations, deinstitutionalization, demedicalization, and crisis support, to mention some. The award winner is analytical, strategic, and well-articulated, a free thinker. Her work is independent and forefront, always looking ahead at the next legal problem to be framed and conceptualized, and the next challenge to be solved. She is a brilliant developer of new ideas and legal arguments, always based on non-discrimination, free and informed consent of the person concerned, and freedom from coercion and ill treatment. The award winner has said that we will win if only enough of us pull together, if only we find the right openings and opportunities to influence the systems that control much of our lives, if only the vision being promoted in the CRPD can act as a magnet to draw all the iron shards in one direction. She has herself taken the lead for us to reach that goal. She has been a global leader for our human rights movement, a front fighter who has stepped up on crucial occasions, defending our equal rights without compromises or wavering. She has found those openings, built networks like the Absolute Prohibition Network, and managed to get people to pull together. She has tirelessly promoted the CRPD on every possible and impossible occasion. She is a strong voice and a fearless human rights defender. We thank the award winner for her long and persistent fight against psychiatric coercion and for the full and equal human rights of persons with psychosocial disabilities, users and survivors of psychiatry. The Ketil Njaa Solberg Human Rights Award 2024 goes to Tina Minkowitz.
Thank you, Tina.
Okay.
Yeah. No. I think if you want to
I say something.
say something, and then we will cry a little bit.
First, I actually started to cry when Stephen talked about his mother, because that kind of beautiful solidarity and the solidarity of Bjørg also, I feel, is the same. It's, I don't know, like, to me that's really beautiful and important. And so I wanted to really make this even more collective, because what I brought into the CRPD process was the movement. You know, I started out like, who am I? Who am I to just say what I think about this stuff? And I would quote from documents that had already been developed. And, you know, of course I did add, you know. I think the most important thing was about really taking disability non-discrimination seriously, working out its full implications for the human rights framework to specifically address the issues of psychiatric oppression. I started thinking about that in law school, and it was amazing to have the opportunity to actually do that, working on the convention. I think it's been really important to take all the opportunities, to see the opportunities, notice them, and just grab a hold of them. And I loved how Stephen was ending, and I love that you're taking on the reparations framework. And Hege, of course, has been with me on that, since basically the beginning. One message I really want to bring is that this may be a little even unorthodox, but I feel that this is a spiritual calling. I know it is for me. I know it is for many of us. We know what we're called upon to do. I can't do the work of Hege or Stephen or Danius or Olga or Inger Mari. I have to do my work. And every single one of you, the only thing we're accountable to do is to do our own work, to really listen for what that calling is in relation to these human rights that we're fighting for, and to do it. So, thank you.